Hello, grade 8. How are you doing? I hope you're doing great. This is Teacher Smile again, and welcome to our today's lesson where we are going to continue with our algebraic equations. We are going to make sure that we understand the questions that are right here, right now. What do we need to do here? Remember what we said. Left-hand side is equals to right-hand side. Still remember? Where there is addition, we remove by subtraction because these are inverses of each other. Division by multiplication. But what we did not talk about is power and root. Even though we had just written, we wrote it down. We wrote everything down, but we did not have examples. So let's try to have examples. Here, there are powers. Here, there are powers. So how do we solve this? When you see a variable raised to a certain power, to a certain power, you need to use the roots. So it means for x squared, I can say square root of x squared is equals to square root of 9, because what we do to the left-hand side should also be done to the right-hand side. So square root to the left, square root to the right. What's square root of x squared? The 2 and the squared will cancel out. So I'm going to be left with the x is equals to square root of 9. If you punch your calculator, you will get a 3. But I want you to remember from now onwards that when you are dealing with the square root of something, it's plus or minus answer. Let's have another example. X squared is equals to 25. Remember, there's a square root now. So what I need to do, there's a square. So now what I need to do is to make sure that I find square root of both sides. Square root of 25. As our x is equal to plus or minus 5. Of course, if you punch your calculator, you're going to get 5. But the answer is plus or minus, because for the square root of something, the answer is always plus or minus. I think it's understandable. If you are dealing with, like, let's say you are dealing with x squared is equal to 100. In this case, again, we need to find square root of both sides. Because we are saying squared is a power, we need to find a root that has a square statement in it. Like we are saying in the power, this is x squared. So we need a square root to remove this. So that's square root of x squared is equals to square root of 100. Because if I put square root to the left-hand side, I'm supposed to put it also to the right-hand side. So this will become x is equals to square root of this plus or minus 10. Let's come for this one. First thing, let's isolate. Isolation, we learned about that. You divide by what we don't want. The 2 has nothing to do with the x, so let's just split it out. That's divide by 2. Divide by 2. This and this will cancel out. We have x squared is equal to 4. How do we solve from here? Again, square root. Square root, square root. So the 2 will cancel out the root. So we are going to be left with what? X this side is equal to square root of 4 plus or minus 2. Let's come to this one. We need to isolate the x squared first, the way we were just doing with x. So here we take this one, we put it to the other side. That's 2x squared is going to be left, and then we have 17. 1 comes, so we say plus 1. So we have 2x squared is equals to 18. How do we now left with leave ourselves with x squared? We now divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2. Thus x squared is equal to 9. Then how do we get rid of the squared? By putting square root both sides. We apply the square root both sides, and for here the power 2 and the root will cancel, and we are going to be left with the x to the left hand side. So the answer is going to be x is equal to square root of 9. From your calculator you will see 3, but for square roots we say that the answer is always plus or minus. So this is what we do. How about you try this yourselves? Luck.